Hey everyone, just wanted to give you a quick heads up. The second Global Product Owner Summit is coming soon. You can get all the details at bit.ly/Product Owner 2024. That's bit.ly/Product Owner 2024. And it's all lowercase, all one word. Oh, and stick with us until the end of the episode to know the dates and the tracks that we have for you in this year's summit. But for now, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Success Thursday, the big question of the week. And this week we have with us Joe Scherler. Hey, Joe, welcome back.
Hi, Vasco.
So Thursday is, of course, Success Day here on the podcast. And one of the tools we use to reach that successful outcome is, of course, the retrospective. So, Joe, share with us, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
Yeah, so my favorite retrospective starts with looking at where people are right now and how they came here, basically, through the last iteration. So I do that by painting a timeline on a wall, or in a virtual case on a mirror board, for example, having a timeline, and then ask the team to illustrate above the line and below the line for positive and negative things what has happened for them in the last, let's say, 2 weeks, if it's a 2-week sprint. And just give them the time to think about the things that have happened, and then take a step back as a team and look at it and tell each other what has happened. And that gives them a great opportunity, to learn more about each other, and also the circumstances that influence how we show up at work sometimes. And then take it from there. Then
if I understood correctly, because the first part I understood that you were talking about what has happened during the iteration as what has happened within the team at work during the iteration. But did I understand that you add this little twist of also sharing what might have happened personally to everyone during that iteration?
Oh, absolutely. So if I had, let's say, the flu or eaten something really bad on a Monday, and then I show up totally unmotivated on Tuesday, that will have an impact on the team. And by having that opportunity to share that, those things can come up. They can also foster a mutual understanding in the team.
Yeah, that's great. Also, because it is, at the end of the day, people who do the work, and the ability that we have to share how we experience as people, how we experience the work, is also a great way to connect with each other and to feel more kind of belonging, in the sense of understanding, as you said, but also in the sense of, I really want to help this person, my teammate, right?
Yeah. And then I usually then continue, and that depends really on the maturity of the team, whether you need a crutch of visual facilitation or whether you can go just through a conversation. I really like that arc of the what, so what, now what, that liberating structure is a good guide to make things come up and really first figure out what it means for the team before jumping to action, the conclusion and action, so that we don't jump, actually. And then at the end, and that I think that's a staple in my retrospectives, there's a debriefing at the end about the retrospective. And that can be one short question. So before we leave, I invite everybody to share what surprised them in today's retro, or what they learned.
And when you ask a question like that, what are you expecting will happen in your experience? What usually happens when you ask a question like, what surprised you in today's retrospective, or whatever that might be the context?
So in a new team, I use this to bring the value of the retrospective to their awareness. That's the main motivator for the question. With more seasoned teams, it's a reality. Sometimes we hear things about our colleagues, and maybe we're a team of 10 people. So I'm not as close as I would wish to be to everybody, and there comes up some stuff maybe that I'm learning, and maybe some surprising stuff, and having that played back in that debriefing circle might also be a nice thing for the person who actually shared something that was vulnerable with the rest of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is the people that we are there to help, right? It's important to recognize that as well. So, of course, we do this because we want to be successful and help our teams be successful. So, Joe, share with us, what does success mean for you as a Scrum Master?
Success ultimately is when the team doesn't need me anymore. The first signs of success would be when the team starts thinking about improving the process and also the technical process, not only the interaction process, and starts to experiment, and then only just tries to get my opinion on it instead of asking me for the solution. In order to get there, those are different steps. So when I see that we can have a conversation about value instead of output, that's my first. I would say that's a first step that I want to achieve with the team. When we're talking about reducing waste, I like to really measure process steps with them, and then having the conversation about how we can reduce wait times and the kind of waste. Probably in there is reduction of silo thinking in a team. I observed that quite a lot, that within teams you have silos like front end, back end, QA. And when they start collaborating. And another big one is when the review is not just a PowerPoint presentation.
What do you mean by that?
Well, of course, it's not always PowerPoint, but the demonstration part. So we often hear sprint demo in teams, and it should not be just a demo of the product, but actually really get somebody to use it and ask tough questions about it. And where are we going with it? Why is this not working? What are we doing about it? And how do we progress from here? Having those conversations in the review, I think that's also a big step for a team. Which also has to do with product owners, of course. And then, continuous measurable action from retrospectives. That's a success criteria for me as a Scrum Master too. Really get away from having that discussion round to getting down to, okay, what's the one thing we're going to change because we commit to changing this, and we don't try to solve everything at once.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a great checklist. If our listeners want to go back and list all of those, I have some here, like how can we reduce wait times or other waste. How is the review going? Is it more than a PowerPoint? Do we have continuously actions from the retrospectives, and does the team take action on those? Like that's a great list of questions that we can use and bring to our own self-reflection every week. Thank you for sharing that, Joe.
You're welcome.
Hi there, Agile friends. Thank you for sticking around and listening to the details of the Product Owner Summit. this year's global summit dedicated to a critical Scrum role, the product owner role, of course, will have some amazing keynotes and 4 tracks filled with first-hand stories and experiences for product owners to learn more about that critical Scrum role. The summit will take place between April 23rd and 25th, so book your calendars. There will be loads of sessions for you to attend. One of the keynotes will be Dave West, the product owner and CEO at Scrum.org, one of the largest Scrum organizations in the world. If you want to know more, check out the details at bit.ly/product owner 2024. That's all one word, all lowercase, bit.ly/product owner 2024. We will also have 4 tracks. The 4 tracks will cover cross-functional product ownership. That's track 1. As Pixar's Ratatouille said, not every idea can be a great idea, but a great idea can come from anywhere. And this quote emphasizes the importance of a product owner being open to all ideas, regardless of the source, and also challenges us to focus on getting good ideas from everywhere and involving the whole team in the product owner role and responsibilities. The second track is Designing Products for Growth, where we explore how to craft products ready for scalable growth, merging practical strategies with innovation. The idea here is to learn to design products for growth, whether it is sales or customer acquisition. The third track is Know Your Users, user-centric approaches for agile development. In this track, we learn to master user-centric techniques in agile development, to deeply understand customer needs and transform insights into meaningful UX designs that focus on engagement and satisfaction. This is a track ideal for innovation-focused agile teams. And the fourth track, one of the most exciting tracks in my opinion, is product development with AI, ideas for product owners. Not only do we discuss about using AI in the products, but also AI for product owners to learn to make a bigger impact with the help of the AI tools that we already have. The Product Owner Summit will also present to you great opportunities to network with your peers. So get your ticket and join our Slack. You can get the ticket and join the Slack at bit.ly/product owner 2024. As always, we have free tickets and also the paid tickets that help to support this podcast. So check them out at bit.ly/product owner 2024. That's all lowercase, all one word, product owner 2024. I'll see you in the summit floor.